Go ahead, Keri. Go ahead, Keri. Go ahead, Keri. Tell her like it is, boy. Ah.
New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Every year, most of us or many of us set out to change things in our lives. Most of us don't do it. Or I'm going to lose weight. Or I'm going to run a marathon. Or I'm going to marry this chick. Or I'm going to marry this man. Or I'm going to win the lottery or whatever. Or I'm going to, in some cases, I'm going to bulk up.
Fall back, man.
So, since this is our end of the year show, we don't have a lot of time, but Paul's not here anyway, so he's actually recovering from COVID. That seems to be a thing.
Yeah, I don't wish that on nobody.
Yeah. Well, get well soon, Paul. We need you. We need your fingers on the boards. Jesus, guys.
I would have liked the whole thing.
All right, so we're gonna start with KeVaughn this week. Any New Year's resolutions, brother?
Yes, so with this recently I've had a creative sort of block, one of the bad ones that I've had in a while.
Yeah, please remove that.
Right, it's not working for me. I don't like it. What I want to do is I'm going to move forward with not only creating more things, but also how I'm going to facilitate that, keep the fire going, work on something that I love that's going to be cool for me, just whatever it might be, a drawing, whatever it is, every day. And that's going to, I think, keep me moving.
We might have to take you out of state again or something. I don't know. He doesn't respond. But it was just a thought. Hey.
Yeah.
Dre, New Year's resolutions.
New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to keep that one brief. My New Year's resolution is to continue to better myself. Not just the music thing. Well, obviously I still need improvement. But I'm going to do it because I need to become a better person in and outside of the music. And I look forward to it. I'm actually excited.
Whose phone is that?
That's a solid resolution, bro.
It's not mine.
Yeah, phones off, people, please. All right. I guess that leaves me. New Year's resolution. To say I love you more. I don't have a problem saying it. I wasn't really raised in a family where we kind of shied away from being affectionate, so I don't really have that problem. But I don't think I say it enough to people that are not necessarily related to me. Well, in some cases, people that are related to me. But yeah, I think you should say that more. I love you, because you never know, A, when somebody needs to hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
And B, when it could be your last time saying it to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you know what happened to me at the beginning of this month. I've had a lot of time to think about things. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share something with you. So yesterday, I was watching a YouTube channel. I don't really watch too much network television nowadays, right? I was watching a YouTube channel. I usually watch YouTube channels about things that interest me. The homeless epidemic in Los Angeles,
right,
or sharks, or dogs, or whales, things like that, right? Or architecture. But somehow I found myself on the subject of COVID, and I don't usually watch anything that has to do with COVID. I'm like majorly sick of hearing it, right? But on this particular YouTube channel, they were interviewing, or they were going around a hospital in West Virginia in the Ozark Mountains. And it was a county in West Virginia, I believe, where they had a really, really high COVID rate because they had a high rate of people that didn't want to get vaccinated. Again, just because you get vaccinated doesn't mean you're not going to get COVID. I am proof positive of that. My mother and my uncle are also proof positive of that. Doesn't mean you shouldn't get vaccinated, but it doesn't mean that you're immune to it. I'm just saying.
Make you immune.
I'm just saying. I'm not throwing out any whatever. Anyway, so I'm watching this channel, and this dude is laying in his hospital bed, and I recognize all the things he's hooked up to, like all these instruments. I'm like, wow, I had that. Wow, I had that. Wow, like I had, you know what I mean? I'm remembering the 10 days that I spent in the hospital, most importantly, the days I spent in the intensive care unit. And he was hooked up to the same things I was hooked up to, and he was saying that he wished he had been a little bit more diligent and cautious and afraid of the virus, because he would have been tempted to get vaccinated. So again, the important point to remember is I'm watching this man in his bed hooked up to the exact same things I was hooked up to. Then at the end of the story, they said he died 9 days after the interview. And again, he's hooked up to the exact same things I was hooked up to, and I choked. So again, guys, it's just really, really important to me that we appreciate those who are in our lives. I include my team here at the radio station. I love all of you guys. You're like brothers to me,
Thanks a lot.
And I just really, really appreciate all the love that you give me and each other. All right, speaking of love, so this week's question I want to pass on to you to get your response.
Okay.
This week's question on Keri's Konversations, do you have a New Year's resolution? So do you have one?
Well, every year I try to do something like a vision board.
Mm-hmm.
Every year I try to do something like a vision board. And so, I just have goals. I don't really call it like a resolution.
Okay.
I just have certain goals that I want to reach. Like last year, one of my goals was to travel more, and I did.
Okay.
So for next year, I want to do more features, and I want to start getting paid more for what
I know that's right. You gotta get paid.
Right.
Because you can sing.
Right.
Which leads me to, the last 2 times we saw each other.
Keri's on a wheel.